Right. So are there some tactics you might suggest that small business people do to reach out to current clients and give them information?
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in regular communications, and I'm a big believer in communications both via virtual and just the whole, snail mail is actually coming back because
which is really what you recommended for me. I mean, we created a report to tell our clients, hey, guess what? We haven't sold your business yet.
Right.
And when you first told me that, I'm like, this is just stupid. My clients love it.
Yeah.
They really do
because they feel like they're being kept informed, and then they feel like they're being cared about. And I think the big thing, and sometimes I'll have, business owners that say, well, they're never going to buy this, so why should I tell them about this whole other division of my company or whatever? And I said, they know people, don't they? They know people.
Right.
So why cut your nose off to spite your face, assuming that because they're not going to do business with you, that they won't refer somebody because I don't need this, but somebody needs this.
Right.
So that I think the very first and foremost, and this because this is what I do, they need to talk to their customers and become aware of what they do and don't know. And I really do believe it needs to be an outside party. You can't do it yourself. It's amazing how often I have interviewed customers of clients who raved about the clients, but then when you ask, is there anything, what is least impressive? I always like to say, what's the least impressive in all these different areas.
Right.
And even though they're going, this company is so amazing, they'll go, they could do this. And it's just like, wow. Now, they may not have felt comfortable saying that to the face of anyone inside that company.
It's interesting. When I had you do this for me and you contacted my clients, you were contacting clients. I had sold their business for them, right?
Right.
Successful deals, right? And they were still telling you they wanted me to communicate more with them because they weren't sure exactly how hard I was working. And when you told me that, I'm thinking, what, are you out of your mind? I mean, I did the job, right? Why do you care whether I work 2 hours or 10 hours?
Right.
And you sort of opened my eyes that they want to know. Even though it may not be something that had any value to them, the value was they just wanted to know what Joe was doing for them.
Exactly.
It was such a surprise to me to hear that.
And you know what's really interesting about that? Because in their attraction retention model, which is going to be featured in my next book, The Prosperity Quotient, too, there's an aspect of going from share of mind to share of wallet. And share of wallet is the first time they purchase and then getting up to share of heart where they're literally buying on a regular basis. And you can have somebody buying on a regular basis that never has that share of heart because that's a whole nother level of wow, right? But competency to provide the offerings or competency isn't just before they hire you, it's while they're experiencing the business. And so that competency is really so that's part of it. That reinforcing what you're doing is reinforcing the competency aspect.
Right.
And so that communication aspect, I think, is absolutely critical. I just had a client that I was doing a strategy session for say, how many times do we need to touch? And I go, well, first of all, the touches need to be meaningful, not just, hey, how you doing? Or just like, stuff that doesn't have any meaning. It has to be meaningful. But I think, take a step back and look at, do your customers, the current client base, if you're feeling like you're not getting as much out of them, chances are you're not letting them know what they could get out of you.
Right. That's very interesting. And you've taught me it's going to be surprising what you're hearing.
There's always a surprise. There always is.
Let's take a break.
Yep.